Hi everyone, my name is Isa. Welcome to my channel. I'm here today with a pick a card reading, and in today's pick a card reading I'm going to be asking Spirit how the spirit world sees you. So I'm really excited about this one. I went ahead and I pre-shuffled the oracle cards and picked them out, and I will be doing tarot as well, but I'm going to be doing tarot on camera, so I'm going to be shuffling those on camera as opposed to pre-selecting. I have 3 piles today. So the first pile is this agate plate. Hopefully you can see it. It's a little bit of a reflection because of my window, but there's this guy. The second pile, they're all agate plates, they're just different colors. So there's this one, it's really dark. I don't know if you can see it. It's really cool. It has the striations on the inside, but you can't really see them. And then the third pile is this blue agate plate. Looks like water. So I'll let you guys meditate on the piles for a little bit. The timestamps are going to be in the description box below, and yeah, I'll see you guys in your reading. Bye. Hey pile 1, if you guys picked this brown agate plate, then this is going to be your reading. So in case you missed it in the intro, I'm going to be starting off with oracle cards that I've pre-shuffled and pre-picked, and I will follow up with tarot afterwards, and I will be shuffling the tarot on camera. So today we're asking Spirit how Spirit sees you. I'm really excited for this one. From this pile, I'm getting a very grounded energy, especially with this crystal. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so we've got the Healer. This card is making me feel, with the imagery on here, that you've been through many cycles of death and rebirth within your own life. Whether this was within yourself, like kind of getting rid of old habits, old ways of thinking, and being reborn, right, into someone new, or I should say the person you were always meant to be, right? It's shedding those skins. And I think Spirit really sees you as somebody who is dedicated to balancing the polarities within you as well as within your life in order to achieve healing. I think Spirit also sees you as someone who is committed to this journey, is committed to healing, is committed to healing at a soul level, because I'm looking here, there's this circle in this card, and this circle is in another card in this deck, which is the ocean, and that card talks about our soul, what it is that we love and that we want and that we relate to on a soul level, right? Kind of putting the ego to the side and getting to the bottom of who we really are. I know that our ego is a big part of who we are in the 3D and in this realm. Like it's our personality. It's kind of who we identify as. It's only really bad if it's overinflated. So I'm not trying to smack talk the ego, but it is important to balance, again with the polarities, that ego and what your soul really craves, what actually makes you happy. So I definitely think that you very well could be a healer, and Spirit definitely sees that. And I think Spirit is with you every step of the way. Spirit's with all of us every step of the way, of course, but especially if you are a healer, you probably work very closely with your ancestors and with your spirit guides and angels. So the work that you are doing is not going unnoticed. Okay, we've got I praise the goddess and the god. So this is that duality, right? The masculine and feminine, really integrating both of those polarities. The this is something that is so important, right? And that's where balancing that shadow really comes into play. I also think Spirit sees you as somebody who is very balanced, who makes a conscious choice to transmute the dark. Because I'm looking in this card, it is both of them, like it's both light and dark here, but the light is above and the dark is kind of lower. So to me, this tells me that you really stop at nothing to overcome that darkness within you. And I think that is such a beautiful thing. And I think Spirit thinks that is such a beautiful thing. That no matter how dark it gets, no matter how bad the intrusive thoughts might get, you are really becoming a master at choosing the light. And I think you've always done that. I think you've always chosen the light, but I think that it was kind of harder for you to in the past. And that's why you've needed to go through these lessons and this journey to healing so that you could shed those skins, so that it could become easier to bring in that light and integrate the shadow. Because we all know once we integrate the shadow, it just gets so much easier, right? So we've got protection. So to me, this speaks on being spiritually protected in your path, or on your path, I should say. Being spiritually protected and really trusting and knowing that. I'm noticing the roses, especially down here, and roses represent the divine. It's literally God's love. So I feel the main message here is that the spirit world sees the work that you're doing, and they are with you every single step of the way, and you have an immense amount of spiritual protection around you from your ancestors, from your spirit guides, and from the spirit world in general. I know spirit guides, ancestors, and deities, spirit, it's all one, right? But sometimes I feel it's important to address them all individually, even though they all make up the one, the all. So we've got power. Beautiful. So I definitely think that Spirit has been watching you step into your power since you've been on this healing journey, and Spirit is so proud of you. I'm just hearing we're so proud. Like, this is really beautiful. And I'm noticing in this card too, they have the sun here. Oh, oops, sorry, that was probably not in the screen, but they have the sun here, and it's in their heart space. So this is telling me that you really trust in your heart and in your intuition, and that is how you get a lot of your insights from the divine. And it's really important to listen to that and to keep transmuting, right? I think ultimately our soul always knows the way, but it's harder to get the mind on board with what the soul already knows. But I definitely see, I actually just heard you are held like in very high honor in the spirit world also. Because with protection and power, I'm just feeling this is very otherworldly energy. I feel like a heavy presence of spiritual protection, and I do feel that for the work that you've been doing, it's very admirable. And it's not only admirable in the 3D, it's admirable in the 5D, and your guides and your ancestors and spirit sees all of it. So this is amazing energy. I love it. I love this reading. So we've got the magical moon, and we have the little Russian doll. This again speaks on kind of like this card, right? It's kind of reminding me of that, because like in the healer, how there's 3 different heads, that's telling me there were multiple cycles having to be completed, more than one skin needing to be shed in order to attain the goal, right, of who we are meant to be. And it's the same with the Russian dolls. You open one, there's another one. You gotta open the other one, and it just keeps going. They're smaller and smaller, but there's like a million of them in there. And it's the reminder that we aren't really ever done with the journey. And sometimes I think that can be a little stressful, but again, it's really how you look at it, right? And I think that you've really mastered going through these cycles, and I think Spirit really sees you as somebody who takes those steps in order to really become a better version of yourself, to transmute those energies and to balance yourself out really healing the masculine and feminine polarities within yourself, right? And I'm looking here too because it says, luminous light in the dark, take me on a journey to reveal my truth. So this is finding out who we are at a soul level, right? What it is that brings us joy, that really makes us feel alive, and embodying that and healing so that we can start aligning that into our lives. This is awesome energy, pile number 1. So I really encourage you guys to keep going down this path, down this journey, and so does Spirit, because again, it's really, really beautiful energy and it's very powerful. And they are with you every single step of the way. Every single step of the way. This is amazing. Very powerful energy. I feel like you definitely have the ability to uplift people and to really heal, and doing so through the lessons that you've gone through. And this is exactly why you had to go through what you've gone through, right? So that you can help somebody else one day who's going through something similar or even identical. I think with this energy, with this healing energy, comes really seeing the synchronicities and listening to the signs of Spirit. So you definitely know what I'm talking about, but we are all going through very, very similar things, and not all of us know how to get out of it. So being in this healer energy and trusting in your power and trusting in the healing power that comes from Spirit, that's how you achieve great things, and that's how you're able to help others heal. So I definitely think that Spirit sees you as somebody who is uplifting people through the work that you're doing, and they are so incredibly proud of you. This is beautiful energy. So I'm going to get into your tarot cards, and I'll see you guys in a second. I'm just going to clear out these oracles. Alright guys, so just going to give these a quick shuffle, and we will see what comes out. Okay, so I definitely think that the spirit world sees you as somebody who is very nurturing to not only yourself, but to the people that you love and the people around you that are a part of your close circle. I also think that Spirit sees you as somebody who is constantly calling out the bullshit within your life and really evaluating and weeding out who and what needs to go that is actually bringing you a lot of sorrow and pain. It's taking those moments in, right? And being in isolation, being in solitude in order to gain clarity over the next steps that we need to take within our life. I think that Spirit sees you as somebody who does a lot of this evaluating, who, because they have gone through a lot of pain, now knows how to pour back into themselves, how to nurture themselves, how to stay grounded. That's where I was getting that grounded energy from with the crystal, right? It's making sure that you stay grounded within this realm so that you can take the necessary tangible steps forward in order to heal, while also not forgetting what you've been through, the lessons that you've been through that got you to where you are today. And with the Judgment card, I am again feeling very heavy spiritual protection. I think Spirit's got your back when it comes to situations and people that maybe are very deceitful or that try to come to you with deception. I think that these connections may fall away very fast in your life, and that is because Spirit has sounded the Judgment call. It's also making me feel like you call judgment in your life very often, And when something is not aligning with you, and when something doesn't feel right, when something is making you feel ungrounded and like you are not able to be at peace, you call judgment and you really take the steps in order to cut out whatever it is that is bringing you an imbalance. I think that Spirit sees the work that you're doing as very noble, and I think with the Queen of Pentacles, because this is a very grounded energy in the 3D, I think that right now you are very much so focused on your empire and building what it is that you want out of life and doing this on your own, right? And after having evaluated the people that need to go, the places that need to go, maybe the habits that you need to curb, after having evaluated that and calling judgment on these situations and people within your life, you are able to really figure out, I think you've kind of mastered introspection, right? And you're able to figure out what it is that you need to do to level up and to really go to that next step. And I think that's a really beautiful energy to be in, because when we're in that energy of being really grounded and also being really in tune with our emotions and with nurturing ourselves and with spirit and our guides as to who and what needs to go, when we're in tune with that, we are able to manifest so much faster. And I think that your manifestations are going to come in a lot sooner than you think, especially if you keep to that practice, keep to grounding, and as long as you maintain that center, as long as you keep going within, doing that introspection and taking the time out when you need to repose, when your body is asking you to, as long as you're doing that, there is no way that you will not be able to get over any cycle, right? Or to get through any cycle, I should say. Alright, so just getting some clarifiers for these. Let's see what else comes out. Alright, so here is this is beautiful, the Six of Wands. I love this, clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. This is just telling me that your victory will be assured 100%. And as long as you keep focusing on that coin, on your journey, on really healing and healing your mindset when it comes to abundance. Alright guys, so my camera died and I had to let it charge for like 2 hours, so I don't remember what the last thing I said was. I just know that I was on the Six of Wands. So what this means to me with the Queen of Pentacles is that what you have been working towards, you will receive a victory, and you might actually receive what's the word I'm looking for? Public recognition, there we go, for what you're doing. So this could be in a career sense. It could also be the healing work that you're doing is going or is being noticed by your community, the people around you. Okay, so Spirit, or I'm gonna give that a quick shuffle. Beautiful, so we have the Hierophant. Okay, and this is really about listening to your higher self, to yourself in general, and to the lessons that you have been through, especially with the Four of Swords, right? That's after the 3, and the 3 is a lot of grief, a lot of sorrow, and I think that Spirit really sees you as somebody who was able to listen to their intuition when it came to situations in their life that were poisoning them, and you were really able to cut those things out and those people out, right, for your higher good, in order to really align with what is meant for you. And I think that Spirit sees you as a teacher. And I feel like I said this earlier. I said something about how how you going through these lessons, you'll be able to teach other people going through similar things, and that's exactly what the Hierophant does, right? The Hierophant passes knowledge down, and that's a very beautiful energy to be in, pile number 1. So, can I get one? Judgment. Thank you. Okay, that was a lot. So we're just going to take what was on top, the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, I'm really feeling that you're manifesting something within your career, and I really think Spirit is 100% by your side doing this with you. And I think that, like I said before, you will be able to really come out on top when it comes to this, and you will get recognition for what you are doing. You're already getting recognition for what you're doing. You're getting it in the 3D and in the 5D. I think your spirit team is cheering you on. I think the people around you are extremely impressed with the healing that you've done, and I think they're really inspired by you also. I think because you had the bravery, or yeah, is that how I want to say it? The courage, there we go. You had the courage to really cut out the people and places that were harming you, and listening to your higher judgment when it came to that, listening to Spirit when it comes to that, your ancestors, your guides, your angels, however it resonates. I think because you've been doing this and you've really been pouring back into yourself, Spirit, like I said, has seen everything, and you will get what you're manifesting, and it will be delivered to you directly from the divine. And I think that's something that is so fucking beautiful. I love this reading, pile number 1. This is awesome. I really encourage you guys to keep doing what it is that you're doing, because Spirit is so proud of you, and you really are a light for other people to learn from, okay? You are a guide, a teacher. You're showing others that healing is possible and getting through heartbreak is possible. It very much so is, and you can come out on top no matter what. And the more healing you do and the closer that you are to Spirit, the more your manifestations start to come in, and the more you start to manifest things that actually matter to you because you've done that healing. So I definitely think Spirit sees you as a healer, as a teacher, as somebody who's gone through a lot but who's alchemized these lessons and did not let them stop them, who used them for fuel to fuel their passions on their journey and healing. And that's incredible. So you should be extremely proud of yourselves, okay? I'm going to leave your reading there. I'm going to keep it short and sweet today, but I hope that this resonated. I really, really encourage you to keep going and keep moving through the cycles that are brought to you by Spirit in order for you to learn those lessons. And I encourage you to never stop listening to yourself either when it comes to your better judgment and when it comes to your intuition, right? Because your intuition will always tell you if there is a certain person that we're needing to cut out, or if there's a certain situation that we can no longer grow in, right? Your higher self always knows that. So yeah, I hope that resonated. I'm going to leave your reading there, and thank you guys for hanging out with me if you've made it this far, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is, wherever you guys are. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Hey, pal number 2, if you guys picked this black agate plate, then this is going to be your reading. I love this crystal so much. I just feel like it reminds me of just very mysterious energy, almost of like the great unknown. I'm going to put it up there. Okay, so I said in the intro, in case you missed it, I'm going to start off with a oracle reading, which I've pre-shuffled and pre-picked, and then I'm going to jump into tarot afterwards, and I'm going to be shuffling the tarot on camera. So without further ado, let me get into it. And we have the Bardo. Okay, I love it. So I was definitely feeling this energy with the crystal. This card really talks about the liminal space in between, right? Like, this is the ancestral card. It's being able to talk to Spirit and to our loved ones that have moved over, or crossed over, I should say, into the spirit realm, as well as talking to our guides, our angels, Spirit, God. This is a beautiful energy. I'm feeling like very Scorpio energy. You could have Scorpio in your chart. You don't have to, but it's giving me Scorpio vibes for some reason right now. Okay, we've got I communicate with compassion. rest, meditate, and calm chameleon. And on here it says versatility, camouflage, and agility, and at the bottom it says careful creature cloaked in colors, bless my heart with peace and patience. All right, so I think that spirit really sees you as having a very close connection with them. I'm getting that you are somebody who takes on energy very easily, and I think spirit sees you as somebody who is very in tune with that realm, and you are able to communicate with your spirit guides. You're able to clearly hear the messages and the downloads that they send you, as well as the angels that you work with, spirit guides, ancestors, however it resonates for you. But I definitely think that spirit does see you as somebody who's very in tune, okay? Very in tune with that realm, and that your heart space is very much so open. You do things out of love, you do things out of compassion, and I think because you understand human nature to such an extent, like that's why you're so compassionate. That's why it's super easy for you to maintain that compassion for people and maintain that empathy. You could be very empathetic. Okay, I'm hearing like somebody that very much so feels it all. And that's why it's very important that you take time out to rest, okay, and really be with yourself, be in your own energy, and make sure that you are taking time to regenerate, okay, and really going within and reflecting. This is really important for you. I am seeing also with the chameleon, I think that spirit sees you as somebody that really knows how to blend in with their environment. You could be really great with other people. You could be great in social situations, even though you might not always like to be in them. You might be pretty introverted, but if you have to be in a social setting or with a group of people, you're very likable and people are drawn towards you. And it's because there's that mysterious energy. I was getting that with the crystal also. I'm also getting that if you don't feel completely comfortable being yourself within a group of people or people you just meet, even people that you could know for a while, I think that you're great at kind of mirroring back, or sorry, not mirroring back, mirroring their energy. So you kind of take on their traits and their characteristics in order to kind of just like get yourself through that situation, right? Until you get home at the end of the night, kick off your shoes, like relax, and you can just be in your own energy and be in your own space. But I definitely feel that you know how to blend with your environment. I think that spirit also sees you as somebody who is very psychic. I'm getting clairvoyant for some of you. It doesn't have to be for everybody, but I'm looking because especially in this photo and how it's right underneath the bardo, she has a little cup of water on her lap, and I just feel like that is her seeing, right? I'm feeling that spirit also really sees you as somebody who takes the time out to be in their own energy and be in their own space in order to regroup and gather yourself. I think that because you feel everything so deeply, which I feel like I said this already, but it's important, so I need to reiterate it. If you are somebody that feels something that profoundly and that deeply, it's very important for you to take that time out for yourself and recharge your batteries, right? be in your own space, take those baths, take those cleansing showers, snuggle up in your blanket and just hang out, right? Be in your own space. It's really important, especially when you are super in tune with energies of this world and of the other world. So I think this is also Spirit kind of trying to remind you to take that time out to rest. I'm hearing that message pretty loudly. So I think maybe if you've been pushing yourself lately and being super productive, that's really great, but I think it's also important to listen to yourself when it's time to slow down and center yourself again and kind of just take 5. Because even in this chameleon card, it says, careful creature cloaked in colors, bless my heart with peace and patience. So patience with yourself and within your journey, that there are moments where we have to take action, and there are also moments where we must rest, because if we do not rest, we won't be able to take action any further, and the universe might come in and stop us if we don't stop ourselves, okay? So I'm going to get into your tarot reading, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, I just wanted to clear the table, and I'm going to just give these guys a quick shuffle, and we'll see what messages come out. A fail. Alright, Spirit. How do you see pile number 2? Okay, that flew over top of that, so I don't want to move it. Can I get one more? Okay, so I'm feeling that this is more so a message that Spirit wants me to deliver to you. I think that you might be stuck in a cycle that you're needing to really go in about and do some introspection. I think that you might be experiencing a bit of nostalgia right now, and I think that it might be hard to kind of think straight and think clearly or see things clearly because of the illusion. The devil is a very elusive energy, and it fell over top of the moon and the world in reverse. Originally, I had asked to clarify the 6 of Cups, but just based on the way that it fell, this is very elusive energy. Like, this is like master manipulator. Like, I don't know, it's like, yeah, it's like somebody coming in and, or not necessarily coming in, this could be somebody that is in your energy already, but somebody that is wearing a very convincing mask that they are somebody that they're not, okay? And I think that there's like this false illusion almost with the 6 of Cups. To me, this is like it's being trapped in the memories of the past. The card that comes after this one's the 7, right? And the 7 of Cups is all about confusion, being mentally, spiritually confused and not really knowing what to do. And with the 2 of Swords, I think that you do know what to do, but I think it's a matter of taking that blindfold off, okay, and listening to the advice that Spirit's been trying to tell you. I think Spirit might have been trying to give you downloads, but because you're in this energy of the Six of Cups and like clouded by the nostalgia and the elusive energy, you might not have been hearing what Spirit has to say, and that's why I think you are needing to be paying attention to your dreams, because there are some messages in your dreams that could be coming out from your ancestors, spirit guides, spirit, however it resonates, whoever you work with, but usually the entire spirit world works with us. Anyways, not important. I do think you need to pay attention to your dreams, because there's a cycle that you are not closing out, and I think that because Spirit was not able to reach you with the message, they're coming through in the reading today for me to reiterate, I think, what you already know, and it's that something's not right, okay? The devil and the moon together, like, this is very, very sneaky energy, and it's somebody who wants to keep you stuck in this false reality that does not exist, and that's very, very harmful at the end of the day, okay? It's very harmful, like, to ourselves when we do that. Like, when we put ourselves through situations like this, it's always to learn a lesson, right? But I think that, yeah, I mean, it's hard sometimes to see the truth of things, especially when there's so much elusive energy around us, and people are master manipulators. Like, people are absolutely incredible at manipulating and pretending that they are somebody that they're not, and it's actually really scary. Like, people could be your best friend. My right eye is twitching. People could be your best friend to your face, and behind your back there's somebody completely different, and that's the kind of energy that I'm getting here. You could know this already, like, your intuition could have been trying to give you hunches on this already. But again, like I said, there's a blockage here. Like, there's something that you're not getting from the spirit realm that they're trying to communicate to you. A spirit, can I get one more on this devil? What is this devil? Okay, so you could have already had an ending with this person. This could have been somebody that you were romantically connected with. It doesn't have to be romantic, but I'm feeling that for some of you it is. But there was a lot of grief here, a lot of sorrow. Okay, and I think this is also the need to go within for a bit and to meditate, right? I think we had that in the oracle cards earlier. Meditate and go within so that you're able to turn this Ace of Swords around and get that aha from Spirit. Yeah, this could have already ended. It could just be in your energy field. Like, it could be something, even for some of you, this could just be a feeling resurfacing that you are missing a certain person from your past that was in this energy and that was really elusive towards you. And it could feel like you're stuck in a cycle. But sometimes things just come up because we need to grieve the rest, or the remnants of it, I should say, in order to fully heal. That doesn't mean that you're going backwards. It's all part of the healing process. Spirit, can I get one more on this world in reverse? Okay, Five of Wands in reverse. So this is energy, right? This is energetic. This is like energetic turmoil. So when this is upright, this could represent kind of like arguing around you. It could represent conflict within you as well. Could represent feeling like you're being pulled in multiple directions. But this being in reverse, I think it might be you starting to realize or see the ways in which your energy was stuck when it comes to the situation with this person. Okay. I think you're slowly but surely starting to come out of that, and that's why it's really important for you to rest and really regroup. Really regroup. It's always important to regroup no matter where you are in your spiritual journey. And I just realized that this was the Seven of Pentacles as I said that. So reevaluate and really nurture yourself, okay? Pile number 2, like, this is a very crucial time for you to be pouring back into yourself. There's no such thing as too much self-care. There really is not. And I think Spirit is supporting you wholeheartedly, and they really want you to pay attention to your dreams. I just heard that again. So pay attention to your dreams. Anything that you can remember, look it up on like a dream dictionary or wherever on the internet. You'd be surprised at how many things come out. Like, I know for me, when I'm healing with, or when I'm healing shit from the past that's coming up, or even in my present moment, things that I'm not ready to process yet, but that needs to be healed, it will come through in my dreams, especially because, like, if I'm functioning from an emotionally upset state, or if I'm grieving, I won't be able to hear what Spirit's trying to tell me as well, right? Because it's harder to tune into your intuition when you're overly emotional. So that's why I think it's really important to regroup, reevaluate, and take that time out for yourself. Be patient with yourself and really focus on self-care right now. I think that's what Spirit wants you to do. This turned into like an advice message, and I wasn't anticipating that, but I really hope that this resonated. I think somebody definitely needed to hear that. And again, I'm hearing again, pay attention to your dreams. I don't know if you guys keep a dream journal or if you've ever considered it, but I heavily recommend doing that. And as soon as you wake up, if you can remember to start writing, after a while, more will start coming out. Because the more you do it, the more you'll start to remember, and you can really decipher and pinpoint what areas you need to heal, okay? So I really hope that this resonated. Pile number 2, I'm sending you all of my love and positive vibes, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey pile 3, if you guys picked this blue agate plate, then this is going to be your reading. So right away with this one, I'm getting a very intuitive energy. It just reminds me of water, and it reminds me of the water signs. So you could be a water sign, you don't have to be necessarily, but I am picking up a very intuitive energy. So in case you missed it in the intro, I'm going to start off with oracle cards, and I've pre-shuffled and pre-picked them, and I will be doing these ones first, and then I'm going to go into your tarot, which I will be shuffling on camera. So I'm just going to get right into it. We've got the Mountain. So with this, I'm really feeling that Spirit sees you as somebody that really does the inner work, who is constantly going to the depths of their soul in order to find the answers that they're looking for. Also someone who has gone through many experiences that has forced them to go within and to really find that inner flame again and that inner spark. I'm also feeling that Spirit sees you as somebody who feels very deeply, okay? Who feels things very, very deeply. I'm noticing especially around the mountain here, there's like a purple fog. To me, that reminds me of the third eye, right? And the same with the crown. So somebody who's very intuitive, and that's kind of what I was picking up with the crystal as well. So we've got I Am Kind. My god, look at how similar the colors on this is. Like, this is crazy. It's like the exact same colors, and it's reminding me of our heart center and of our third eye. Okay, so intuition and your heart space. This is why I'm feeling like you can feel things very deeply. You might be an empath, you might be a healer. I definitely think, I'm looking right now especially at this card, how there is a snake wrapped around her right hand, it looks like. I believe that's her right hand. And there's a flame coming from the middle finger, and the middle finger is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn is our limitations, our karmic lessons, right? And the lessons that we have to go through in order to change our karma, to change the karma of our ancestors, and really igniting that fire. I'm noticing, like, especially with the fire coming out of here, I think going through these lessons, they really kind of drove you back home to yourself, if that makes any sense, the way I said that. I do believe that they led you back home to yourself, and through the lessons that you've been through shedding the skins, it really allowed you to tap into your intuition and really get the insights that come from spirit. So I'm feeling that spirit does see you as somebody who's extremely intuitive, who's really been through a lot of lessons in life, and instead of letting it turn them into someone who is bitter or having a cruel heart, instead you chose to go within and to alchemize these energies and to use it to fuel your fire and to really fuel the process of rebirth. I think that your heart has gone through many lessons, and it just keeps expanding with every single lesson that you go through, right? It's a very enlightening kind of energy that I'm picking up on, and I do feel that you are extremely intuitive, and maybe the lessons that you have gone through have not been easy, and they have not been easy because you feel everything so deeply, but I think you know how important it is to do that inner work and to do that inner alchemy, the emotional and mental alchemy that comes with the spiritual path. And I wholeheartedly believe that spirit is with you every step of the way, and they definitely see you as somebody who chooses to remain kind and compassionate no matter what they've been through. When I look at this card, it reminds me of the mountain that we have to climb, like of challenges that we have to go through in our lives. And it also reminds me of the need to go within, because in the center, in the dark, that's where we find the gems, that's where we find the crystals, right? That's where the most beautiful of gemstones are cultivated, in the dark. And the experiences that you've been through and the karmic lessons that you've been through may have been extremely hard, but just look at how far you've come. Look at how far you've come. Like, I'm feeling a very evolved energy. I think you've been through a lot of lessons very fast, and this really allowed you to expand your heart center and expand your third eye and psychic abilities as well. So we have enlighten. I love this. I absolutely love this. Excuse me, I had a tickle in my throat. Oh my god. It's back. Oh, it's still there. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm hoping it goes away. I really don't like that when that happens. Okay, we're good. So we've got love as well. Oh, and I was talking about the heart center, and I just noticed this is the heart. Oh my god, and I noticed on the back of this deck there's a heart too. I just freaking put those two together. Okay. So again, this kind of ties back into what I was saying, and this, I'm noticing all of the red and the kind of orange colors here. That's that passion, right? That's that fire that is within you, that you have ignited through the lessons that you've been through. You took the things that hurt you and you really alchemized them into something beautiful. This looks like Phoenix energy to me. I fucking love it. I love this energy, pile number 3. And I'm really feeling that spirit and your guides are with you every single step of the way. The mountain is also reminding me of the Emperor, and the Emperor, I'm being taken specifically to the white beard, and to me that represents wisdom, and that represents wisdom that comes from the climb that you have to do through life, right? There's a mountain behind the Emperor as well, behind his throne, and it's meant to signify the trials and the tribulations that we must go through in order to gain certain wisdom, in order to learn certain things through certain lessons, to put us on the right track, right? This is really powerful energy, and I think that spirit sees your heart and sees that your heart is your superpower, and the light that you have ignited within yourself is something that is so beautiful and that has taken a lot of effort to get to. And even if there are days where it might feel like you're not making any progress at all, I think it's really important to take a step back and really look at how far you've come. This reading is really beautiful. Like I'm really loving the mountain and this card right underneath, how they're exactly the same colors. It's kind of tripping me out, but it's taking me to the heart center. My heart feels very warm, and I think that no matter what you've gone through, like I said before, Spirit really sees that you've gone through it and you chose to use it to heal instead of letting it turn you bitter. And I think that's something that is so beautiful, and so does Spirit. And they really see you as somebody who is courageous, who is a warrior, and who handles everything with so much grace. So much grace. There could have been times or moments where you didn't, and that's okay. It happens to the best of us, right? Like, not every lesson we're going to be able to handle with grace. Sometimes it hurts very badly and we can just barely get through, and that's okay as well. But I think the most important thing is to never stop trying to heal. And I'm feeling very much here that you are on this journey for life. I feel like you are really letting your soul and your heart lead the way, and that is such a beautiful energy to be in. That is how miracles happen, pile number 3. So I really love this. And so we've got the mystical moth also, and I'm noticing this looks like an owl. And owls are really, really otherworldly, really spiritual. This says spirituality, psychic ability, and passion. Shimmering maiden of the moon, uncover the arcane knowledge I seek. I think Spirit also sees you as having a very childlike spirit about you, and really looking at the world through the lens of the maiden. I'm also being taken to the maiden card in the archetype deck, and even though she is the start of the maiden, mother, crone trifecta, I think a lot of people can say that the maiden is naive, but I don't think that the maiden is naive. I think that the maiden chooses to be in that fresh energy, to keep a curious outlook on life, and to not take life so seriously, to be able to look at it from a higher perspective, right? Especially I'm looking, because the owl, right, they fly, obviously. So looking at things from a bird's eye view, and really seeing how these lessons in the long run molded you to be exactly the person that you are today. And going through these lessons is really what allowed you to develop this intuition and to develop this strong heart space. Even this card, I'm noticing that the moth is green and it's like a red color on the outside. So again, to me that is passion, and it's even here in the keywords of the card. It's igniting that passion again that you have for life. I think that Spirit finds your outlook on life really admirable, and they are really rooting for you when it comes to the healing that you're doing. It's not always easy to choose the path of love, right? But it's always the most rewarding at the end of the day. And if we can transmute the pain that we go through into passion for our life, for our projects, for our healing, then, like I said before, that's how miracles happen. And since I am seeing that here it says Shimmering Maiden of the Moon, you could be having dreams right now that are very significant. Your guides could be trying to send you certain messages through your dream state, so pay attention to your dreams. There could be messages in them for you. Okay, pile number 3. So I'm going to clear this out of the way, and I'm going to start shuffling your tarot. I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so I'm going to give these a quick shuffle, and we're asking Spirit how Spirit sees you, pile number 3. Okay, if I can shuffle today, I'm having a hard time. Alright, Spirit, how do you see pile number 3? Sorry if you guys can hear the bouncing in the background. They're playing basketball outside, so I'm pretty sure you can hear it, but I hope it's not too distracting. Okay, so I'm feeling like I want to get a clarifier for 2 of these rows. Because I'm feeling that this is more so a piece of advice from the spirit world. I'm getting quite a few different things. Okay, so as I'm shuffling, I'll explain. So the Knight of Wands with the Emperor, to me this is that passion again, right? That pure passion to overcome the obstacles that are coming towards you in your life and climbing that mountain, right? That's the card that I was talking about earlier that reminded me of the mountain, the Emperor. It's going towards these life lessons with passion because you know that you're going to gain wisdom from it. You know that you're going to learn something through the lessons that you are going through. And I think this passion for your projects and for your life is really what kind of encourages you to do that, right? To overcome these obstacles, to really grow and listen to yourself through what you've been through and trust that you know the steps to take moving forward. I think the spirit world sees you as somebody who is very wise, somebody who is a teacher, who through the way that they live encourage other people to follow suit and to kind of spot the toxicity within their own life. I'm looking because this card, especially down here, this liquid is green, so it kind of signifies poison in our lives, right? And with the Hierophant, this is kind of, to me, it asks us to, and it's 2 5s, I just noticed, it asks to really listen to thyself when it comes to the signs that we're getting, like the downloads and the synchronicities that we're getting from spirit and from our higher selves about what situations within our life or what people within our life are actually causing us more harm than good. This card can also talk about finding a way to let the joy and happiness of life in while dealing with grief, while going through something that's very difficult. It's still having that hope and that faith that everything is happening as it is supposed to be and that it is meant to be teaching us something. If it's not meant to stay in our life, it's meant to teach us something about ourselves or about our lives, right? I think there could also be a situation for some of you where you're needing to listen to the guidance. Sorry guys, my camera overheated. So I was saying, I think for some of you this might mean that it is a call to listen to the guidance of your higher self. And I think that this is a call to also look to your wisdom, the wisdom that you've accumulated through the lessons that you've been through going within, in order to really see where you are needing to walk away. This could be any situation within your life. This could be a relationship. It could be a job that you're working that you're just not feeling it anymore. However it resonates, but there is definitely something that is causing an imbalance within your energy and that you're needing to reevaluate and kind of look at things in a different perspective and really listen to your higher self when it comes to it. So can I get a clarifier to the Knight of Wands and Emperor? Okay, the King of Cups. So this could be a relationship for some of you. It could be a relationship. It doesn't have to be. It could be also platonic. Spirit, can I get another one? Okay, so I think it might be a relationship for a lot of you. I just saw the 6 of Cups, which is right before this. That's being stuck in that state of nostalgia, right? So this could be a person that you're needing to let go of. A person that you envisioned as having a happy ending with, but that is actually bringing more harm than good to you. I think there's a need to go within here and to really listen to what your intuition is trying to tell you. Take some time out to meditate, especially because I'm seeing the Seven of Cups. Like I said before, that's being very confused and not really knowing. I'm also hearing not really knowing what you're waiting for, because the Three of Wands can represent waiting as well. Spirit, can I get a clarifier for the Seven of Cups and the Three of Wands? Okay, the Knight of Cups. This might be waiting for somebody to reach out to you or for an offer. And I think Spirit is wanting you to ask yourself if whether or not this offer that you're waiting for is something that you really want. Okay? Because when we're in the Seven of Cups, we're really confused. We don't really know our left from our right. So sometimes what we think we want, what we think is going to make us happy, is actually going to burden us and bring us a lot of grief. Okay? I am shuffling to get a clarifier for the Hierophant and the Five of Cups, please, Spirit. Just the Hierophant, Five of Cups. Okay, yeah, the Three of Swords. So this, I think that this is a relationship that I'm not sure. I do feel that there was a separation, but I think energetically it's still prevalent in your energy, otherwise it would not have come out. And I think that Spirit really wants to get this message out that you are needing to really go within and to meditate and to hear the downloads that they've been trying to send you when it comes to this person, because I think there's really a lot of elusive energy when it comes to this person and the situation, and there's a heavy need to focus on yourself, okay, and really focus on your passions, your passion projects, and channel the grief and the sorrow that you're feeling into nurturing yourself, into nurturing your passions, your projects, and really looking to the wisdom that you've learned, that you've accumulated to this day through the lessons that you've been through. Really use that to come to a decision on what you need to do about this energy, okay? Whether you need to do a cord cutting, however you deal with this stuff, it's going to be different for everybody, but I definitely think that there is confusion here when it comes to this Knight of Cups energy. This card can represent somebody who is like a player, who's very smooth with their words, okay? And there's two knights here. This could be a third party. It doesn't have to be, but I'm getting that for some of you it is a third party. And there could be a lot of confusion surrounding this situation still, and that's why you're really needing to meditate and go within. I keep hearing go within. It's very important to listen to yourself at this time, because Spirit's really trying to send you certain downloads, but those are hard to pick up on when we are in this state, like I said. And again, I'm hearing the proposition. It's not even, I don't think that's called a proposition, but I'm hearing Spirit say, are you sure this is something that you want to wait for? Like, is this offer an offer that is going to make you happy long term, or is it something that has dual meanings? I'm looking at this one, specifically the cup that has the wreath here with the skull in it. So it's like something that you think is going to be great and full of love might actually be the polar opposite, and this person's just really good at putting on a mask. So I think the main message, like I said probably a million times, is to go within. Spirit keeps reiterating that to me. So I think that they just really wanted to get this message out to you. Pay attention to your dreams. We always get a bunch of downloads within our dream state, and it can really help us decipher what areas we're needing healing in and who we're needing healing from. So really going within and doing this work and listening to yourself and finding that center when we're in the state of the Seven of Cups, it's really important. And kind of leading with our masculine energy when it comes to this. Doesn't matter what gender you are, but using mind over heart, right? Because the masculine polarity is the action, the taking action in order to make those manifestations come into fruition, right? And then the feminine energy would be the nurturing, kind of more spiritual energy of it. The manifestation, and then the manifestation put into action, if that makes any sense. But I think Spirit is trying to say here, channel this energy, this action-oriented energy, while still allowing yourself to feel these emotions, while still allowing yourself to grieve and to go through the pain, because that is important for healing. But allow yourself to be in the King of Cups energy. Feel the emotions, but remember, the King of Cups is kind of like, to me, it's like he's the most emotional of the kings, but that's hard for a king to do, right? Like, a king has so many responsibilities. They have to rule, they have to do all this shit. So he doesn't have time for emotions, really, but he feels so much, so deeply. So it's like, let yourself feel what you're feeling, but remember to keep that balance. And whenever you're starting to feel stuck, channel that passion, that fire, that rage, even whatever it is you might be feeling, take that and channel that into your passions, into your manifestations, and into your healing. Okay, pile number 3. So I really hope that this message resonated with you guys. I know it kind of took a turn. I will say that pile number 2 took a turn as well, but I do feel that these messages needed to come out, and I do really hope that it resonated and that it gave you some form of clarity. I think most of the time these readings really just solidify what we are already feeling inside, right? And what we may be confused about. So again, I hope that this gave you a bit of clarity, and I am sending you guys all of my love, all of my positivity, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is, wherever you guys are. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.